is set for one fall with a 60-minute time limit, and it is for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first the challengers to my left, wrestling out of Asheville, North Carolina, at a combined weight of 443 pounds. They are the AAA Tag Team Champions, Wheeler and Harwood, FTR. Their opponents to my right are wrestling out of Sandy Fort, Delaware, at a combined weight of 460 pounds. They are the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, Jay and Mark, the Briscoes.
That's them boys right there, Rick about it.
Them boys versus top guys. Nose to nose, this is boiling over. This is the match we've all been waiting for. That final battle, the Briscoes captured their record, continuing 12th Ring of Honor Tag Team titles.
If somebody send me some popcorn from the back, I want some popcorn, some bonbons, and a Coca-Cola right now. That's what I want.
Paul Turner, your official for this tag team bout.
Beat.
And you see Mark on the left, Jay on the right with the dreadlocks. It is Harwood on our left and Wheeler on our right. FTR not adhering to the Code of Honor. This is their Ring of Honor debut here tonight.
No mistaking in the font on the back of FTR's pants, the old Ring of Honor logo. It's an old school style, man. I respect these guys a lot, but I also respect the Briscoes.
Bell rings. We're going to start things off here with Wheeler and Mark Briscoe. It's going to be interesting because we're going to see who can resist the urge. We saw them lock horns. Who's going to stay calm and cool? I think if FTR can slow it down, can bring the match to them and keep it on the mat.
I think that's the advantage FTR has, man. When I look at them, they look like a fusion between the Brain Busters and the Midnight Express. You know, and that's what they're known for. The crowd is split.
And fans, we wish you were here right now.
Man, you can feel that.
I got
goosebumps, man. Whoa, my God.
Harwood pumped up. We're going to see who can manage their adrenaline, who can manage their breathing, their heart rate. And we lock up, and the thunderous applause for the lockup here in this Dream Tag Team bout.
Sent the Marine in first. We're sending in Mark, man. Jay's watching the game plan, wants to see. He's going to see what FTR is starting with.
Wrist lock here. It was FTR the night the Briscoes won their 12th title at Final Battle. Attacking, shocking the wrestling world. As we see an inside takedown by Mark Briscoe into a side headlock here.
That's what I like about the Briscoes, man. These guys are in your face, straight, punch you straight in the mouth, but they can also wrestle very well.
Well, if anybody's surprised about the wrestling, why there's no fists, why there's no punches, both of these teams know that they'd be playing into fear, they'd be playing into their opponent's hands. Their opponents are ready for the strikes, the punches, the kicks.
It's almost like who's going to lose their cool first.
Off the ropes. Through the legs. Look at that. Cash Wheeler. Beautiful nice. Fireman's carry takeover.
That's old school right there, Rick Abani.
Put pressure on the shoulder and the arm. It is Wheeler in control at the moment, into the corner.
I like the way Wheeler's able to take these technical offenses. Stay with them. There you go.
Blocks the right. Wow! Mongolian thrust right under the jaw.
That redneck kung fu.
Drop toe hold, front face lock here. And he's trying to slow Wheeler down. I think it's going to be the name of the game as the pace picks up. Whoever can get ahead of the pace and in control will get the advantage. And into the corner for the first time, we're seeing Jay Briscoe. And fans, I've missed this. I'm going to say it right now. I've missed this.
Just taking it in, man. Still waiting on my bonbons, too.
We see Wheeler. And these are the two.
Man.
These are the two that were throwing those verbal bombs. Night after night, week after week for 4 months. And the time for put up or shut up is right now. And they want to see who the best tag team is. They want to see who the best tag team wrestling champions are. Emphasis on wrestling. Great collar and elbow type there.
That's mean right there.
If you're a longtime Briscoes fan, you know what they can do inside the ring. If you're an AEW fan joining us, you know you've seen Dax Harwood. He's turned the lockup into an art.
Them boys tough. Wow.
Collar and elbow tie up here. Side headlock. Takes him over. Looking for the head scissor, but he clamps it on.
He refuses that head scissor right there.
He's wrenching it in, but it's Jay Briscoe.
That's the thing with that headlock, man. The harder you wrench it in, the more you give that leverage for that head scissors.
You see Harwood trying to headstand out of it.
Yeah, Jay trying to block it.
And that is not honorable.
Wow.
You talk about Ring of Honor.
Did he just spit?
Yeah.
And Jay?
Yeah.
Man.
Not only is that not honorable, you have to be an absolute lunatic.
Let me tell you something. When he steps back inside that ring, Jay gonna change the game.
Well, we talked about it though. It's about who lose their cool first.
That's a great point.
It's about who can get the adrenaline of the other side and the heart pumping so much that they lose focus. They lose any idea of what they're doing.
Yeah, he would have got me.
I applaud Jay Briscoe for keeping his cool here. Off the ropes, shoulder tackle, sends Harwood down. Shoulder tackle again. And now Jay Briscoe on the offensive. Drop down, doesn't catch him. Connects with a forearm, no, across the jaw.
How do you anticipate something like that? I'm very impressed.
Ooh, and Harwood now, the European uppercut. Oh, wow. Off the ropes, Jay Briscoe follows him in, Hurricane Rana. Big time kick, goes all the way upstairs. Clothesline sends Harwood over.
There you go. That's what happens. You maintain cool. I would say right now the Briscoes are maintaining the cool. They're staying with the wrestling game plan. They have not been thrown off. Very impressed by the Briscoes right now.
And Harwood going right back into it, but Jay Briscoe now doesn't even let him think about getting into the ring.
It's frustration setting in on Wheeler.
And Harwood taking a breather here. Again, it's about controlling your breath.
Yeah.
It's going to be who can get the other team off their game first.
He won't even let Harwood in. See, that's frustration.
Oh, that.
Wow, what a catch. What a catch. I'm sorry, my bad.
And that's a page out of Mark Briscoe's playbook to get the distractions going. And Jay Briscoe, you just handed a chair to a wild man.
Would that be Paul Turner?
No.
It's a nice catch, man. I ain't gonna let that pass up. Come on, man.
Oh, and look at that. Harwood coming with the forearm there, back inside the ring. Makes the tag. Wheeler back in. Tag team combination. You talked about the blend of the Midnight Express, the Brainbusters. Ring of Honor fans who are seeing them for the first time in the ring. They're in for a treat there. Tag team precision personified.
This might be the cutoff they need.
Jay Briscoe trying to fight out of trouble, fight out of the wrong part of town. Going corner to corner here.
Wheeler definitely in control here.
Irish whip in, follows him in, back elbow. Goes for the clothesline, nothing home. Thrust kick to the midsection. Into the ropes, big back elbow.
Right at the butt of the jaw, sending Wheeler right into the corner of the Briscoes. Now this is where the Briscoes cut off the ring like no one else. They can use 75% of that ring by cutting off the opponent.
Mark Briscoe, those massive hands. The Sussex County Chicken. Front face lock here.
There's nobody that's able to cut off the ring like the Briscoes.
And every move they connect with is deliberate to do that. And that pin, a heat check, making Wheeler kick out, making him use body weight.
And the way the Briscoes communicate, man, I've been in the ring with these guys so many times, they don't even speak English. It's like grunts they make at each other.
And look at Wheeler trying to fight his way to Harwood, but it's Mark Briscoe who sends him back down to the middle rope. Oh!
Wheeler not even able to capitalize on that and still not in that control to make the tag. Now he's in control.
Tag made, and it's Harwood in. Shots to the head, and double teams here. And they got 5 seconds. They're making the most of it here.
It's an art in tag team wrestling, man. And both of these guys, both of these teams have mastered this art.
Snap suplex. Harwood now on the offensive. First time in there with Mark Briscoe. Lateral press cover.
Very smart aggression. That's smart aggression.
Both these teams have picked their spots so well. And Paul Turner, ooh, asking for some space. And I would not want to get into a battle of chops with Mark Briscoe.
Dax, man.
Wow. Look at the smile.
That smile right there was like, okay, I respect you. That was a respect smile right there. He knows he's in a fight. He knows he's able to back up every bit of that trash talking Mark and Jay has been doing. That's him realizing that. So now he has to pick himself up. Yeah, he can't do it. You can't strike back and forth with a Briscoe, man.
Thuds across the chest.
I knew it.
Oh,
I knew it.
Straight right.
Yeah, I knew it. I saw it when he closed his fist, man.
He didn't have to think about that for more than 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Tag made.
Might have jammed his finger there.
FTR back in control here. Off the ropes, drop down. Tag made. Kick to the midsection. Jay Briscoe and the Briscoes take advantage of their 5 seconds.
Jay's gonna put you right back in the corner, cut it right back off.
And going to work Sandy Fork style on Wheeler. Tag made. And the Briscoes, like you said, communicate in grunts and groans, that brotherly communication. It's almost like they speak a different language that you can't even interpret.
They understand it themselves. Wow.
Ooh.
That was a moment of clarity right there Wheeler had.
Yeah. They start to see the light. Yeah. Wow! Jay Briscoe. And now Harwood out of the way. Collapsing Wheeler. And now both the FTR to the outside. It's Jay Briscoe. Cannonball takes out both FTR.
I'm telling you, the best tag team on the planet.
And Mark Briscoe. Wow! Delivering the elbows cactus style. Deep in the heart of Texas. A Wheeler down to the outside. His head smashing into the trash can. Double teaming Harwood. Heard Mark Briscoe say, back in this, back in this. Ooh, and Wheeler back in. Ooh, nice touch chop. To the outside, and I think this is the battle, the war, the fisticuffs that the fans were anticipating.
Absolutely, and the referee is not counting right now. He wants both teams on the inside.
And Wheeler smartly getting Jay Briscoe away from Harwood. Oh, and what is this? Do they have, is that cable?
Come on, guys, enough! Trapped underneath the table! Oh my goodness!
Smashing his head into that table. We're gonna take another look here. I really almost don't want to.
Under the table, there's the joints that lock the table in place.
And surface area pressure, those pressure points, those small joints on the table, those screws, those nuts, those bolts were driven into the head of Jay Briscoe.
He could have busted him open.
Wheeler back into the ring. The Ring of Honor Tag Team Championships do not change hands. Oh, and he did. Look at the blood dripping.
And Mark is still on the other side of the barricade. Now he's back in.
Tag made at Harwood. Harwood smells blood in the water, quite literally, bringing Jay Briscoe in. Harwood connects. Oh, and then looking for that wound.
Goodness.
That exposed wound. And then hitting him so hard that he has hurt his own hand, now covered in blood.
That's nasty.
And grabbing, just fish hooking the inside of Jay Briscoe's mouth. Wow! And the blood splattering across the post and the turnbuckles here.
FTR knows they're in control now.
And trapping Briscoe by the dreadlocks into the snapmare. Putting the pressure on here.
That rear chin lock is all he needs to force that blood. It's going to make him bleed a little more. That blood's going to go inside his eye to blind Briscoe. It's also taking the oxygen away. The more blood you lose, the more confusion goes to the head. He knows exactly what he's doing. That's why Briscoe is in desperation mode trying to get out of that.
Connects across the jaw. Does create separation, but Harwood, covered in the blood of Jay Briscoe, continues the attack. Ooh, places Briscoe on the top rope. Open hand there. And another. Wow. Harwood, second rope on the inside here.
Jay in a lot of trouble. Jay fighting into a neutral position.
Wow, headbutt sends Harwood down. Jay Briscoe going to the top, trying to make the most of it, but it's Harwood right back to the legs of Briscoe, taking them right out from underneath.
I tell you what, Harwood is playing a smart game, man, and they're sticking to it. They're right in the face the whole time of the Briscoes. These are two championship caliber teams, and they both deserve to be champions. No doubt about it. Superplex coming up.
Harwood, wow! Plants Jay Briscoe.
Both guys take high impacts off of that. Rilla had to know, Harwood had to know that he had to do that to even up the slates, knowing that he could make a tag.
As we look at the replay, Wheeler here, sliding in.
Yeah, that slide in was to cut off the ring.
Great diversion, also making sure Mark Briscoe could not come in. That Jay Briscoe could not make the tag.
Now he has his back to Mark. Oh, this is what he wants.
Oh, look at the blood just pouring out of the forehead. Oh, come on! A defenseless Jay Briscoe. How many times have we ever said that? Plants him down.
Can't deny that.
Tag made, Harwood coming back in.
The crowd's still split because they know if Jay is moving, he is still in this fight.
And trying to fight out of the corner. Look at Wheeler. Smart move to keep Jay Briscoe. But Jay Briscoe is swinging. He is swinging at anything that's moving right now. Shoulder tackle looking for the tag here. Looking to make the tag, rolls through, and Mark Briscoe makes the tag! In comes the Sussex County Chicken, the master of redneck kung fu. Swing and a miss. Mark Briscoe breaks the grip. Wow, capoeira kick.
That's the opening Mark needs right there.
It's 2 against 1 right now, though. Irish whip into the FTR's corner. Wow. Harwood eats an elbow. Mark Briscoe catches Harwood. Uranagi plants Harwood.
Mark's on fire. Mark realizes he's by himself, but he's had time to recover.
Charging in, clothesline. Perches him on top.
Oh.
Wow! And iconoclasm. Hooks the leg, 1, 2, and just a 2 there.
That was a nice cover right there. He had everything he needed. Nothing wrong with that cover. Hardwood just has a lot of heart, man.
Hardwood is built like a tank, built for performance. Ooh, as is Mark Briscoe. Fireman's carry position.
But Mark's staying with it, man. Move after move. You see the blind tag?
Certainly did. Straight right staggers Mark Briscoe. Oh, and he comes.
That pile
Wheeler.
driver, he was trying.
They were looking for that spike pile driver. Sends him in. Oh, Harwood into the post. Jay Briscoe got him. He got Wheeler. Now Wheeler in trouble. Red neck. Boogie!
That's it.
1, 2.
Oh!
So close. Redneck Boogie gets 2.
Has them back in control, though. That's all they needed. If you look at Jay's face, you know the fight that is going on inside of this ring. This is a fight for their life. This is a fight for dignity. It's a fight for pride. Both of these guys believe they are the best tag team in the world, and this winner of this match is going to prove it.
Second rope on the inside for both Briscoes. Wheeler in a bad way. He is fighting for his life now. Ooh, Mark Briscoe. Wheeler gets out of the way. It's Wheeler. Tag made. Oh, oh. Oh. Oh,
wow.
Pins him. Whoa. Big splash. Harwood. 1, 2, 3.
My goodness. They are standing on their feet, Rick Abani.
Take a look at the replay. Wheeler sends Jay Briscoe to Harwood. Harwood. Springboard, powerbomb, big splash, Harwood cover, 1, 2, and it doesn't get any closer than that. Feels so good to hear those letters again as Harwood in there with Jay Briscoe off the ropes looking for the big rig. And it's Mark getting Wheeler out of the way. Jay Briscoe, inside cradle, 1, 2. Just a 2 count there.
Mark in place to block just in case.
Knocks the right.
Oh! Did you see that? Oh my God! Big rig! That's gonna do it! Oh! Wow!
Just a 2!
Can you imagine getting beat by your own finisher move?
And Wheeler clearing the deck by Mark Briscoe right to the back of the head, to the pituitary gland. Tries for the right. It's Wheeler sending Mark Briscoe into the apron. And Wheeler, DDT!
My goodness.
Jay Briscoe on the outside with Wheeler now. Fireman's carry position.
Oh my God!
Spicoli driver on the outside.
Harwood in the middle of the ring, which means he is in control of what happens if Jay steps in.
Kick to the midsection. Harwood here, front face lock. Jockeying for position on the apron. The top rope is the fulcrum.
Oh my God!
The replay tells the story of 2 men, flesh, bone, blood, sinew, tendons, crashing onto this 2-3-inch mat. Doc Sampson out right now.
Doc's out, life and limb on the line. That's what this means to these guys. They are putting life at risk. They're putting everything at it. That was a long fall to the floor, unforgiving floor.
I don't want the match to end like this, Doc.
Referee Paul Turner. It's ultimately his discretion. You see the head nod.
He said, hey, I can still go. And that was the doctor asking him if he could feel his arm, if he could feel his legs.
And he answered, I can still go.
Yeah.
I want to wrestle this match. That's what he answered.
So he didn't say yes.
Right. Right.
He didn't say yes. I feel it. He said, yes, I can still go.
And as you see, the head of Mark Briscoe now open. The fans rallying both the Briscoes and FTR back to their feet. The 20 count being administered here. Briscoes into the ring first. The champions make their way to the feet. FTR, Wheeler trying to get Harwood inside the ring. He does. The count is broken. And Wheeler maybe trying to position Harwood so that he can make a tag to become the legal man here.
Well, both teams are trying to unify each other, trying to find out where each other is. There's a lot that's happened in a short amount of time. They are both regrouping. These guys are super athletes, but they're also human beings.
All four men back to their feet, however unlikely that sounded just 1 minute ago. And as the forearms are delivered, no clear advantage yet for FTR or the Briscoes. Wheeler charging in. Mark Briscoe lays him over the top. Harwood, boot to the face.
Harwood by itself.
In there with both Briscoes. Mark Briscoe to the top. And Briscoe trying to shoo away Wheeler.
Oh, my goodness!
Corkscrew onto Wheeler.
That's a change in game plan right there. Mark Briscoe was waiting. He was waiting for Harwood to get to his feet. He saw Wheeler on the outside and made the call because he knows Jay is still on the inside. That's how much he trusts his brother.
And these two men who have been firing live rounds, live verbal rounds, for the greater part of the last nearly 4 months.
It all comes down to this. Ugh.
On spaghetti legs, Harwood connects into the jaw. Jay Briscoe returns fire.
Oh my God, these punches, the fan is going home with a tooth tonight, man.
As both men struggle to make it to their knees, just crumbling to the ground with each blow, but neither man willing to cede an inch.
You can see by the stance that neither guy's legs are under them.
Both men trying, as the pace intensifies, to get the upper hand.
Jay Briscoe able to grit his teeth to take a lot of that impact.
Ooh. Now Jay Briscoe, Harwood, neckbreaker.
He's in place.
Ooh, he certainly is. Mark Briscoe to the top. Froggy Bow. Hook the leg. 2 and.
My goodness.
The resilience of Dax Harwood at this point.
The resilience of everybody inside of this match.
Paul Turner has done a magnificent job keeping control of this match, letting these competitors fight, let them settle this score in this championship encounter. The blood pouring down the nose, the eyes of Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe, he's signaling, I believe he's calling, looking for the doomsday device. Tag made.
At this point, it doesn't even matter who wins this match. The fans won this match. The people that bought the pay-per-view, they winning.
And Jay Briscoe has Harwood on his shoulders. It's Wheeler. Big time chops. Wheeler's down on the apron. Harwood out of the way. Oh, connects on Jay Briscoe. Connects on his own brother. Jay Briscoe out.
That's it.
Big
oh my
ring.
goodness. Mark's by himself.
Big
Mark's by
ring.
himself.
1, 2,
That's it.
3.
Oh my God.
The winners of this match and new Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, FTR. This tag team match is set for the best 2 out of 3 falls with a 60-minute time limit, and it is for the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Championship. Introducing first to my left, the challengers. Wrestling out of Sandy Fort, Delaware, at a combined weight of 460 pounds, Jay and Mark, the Briscoes. Their opponents to my right are wrestling out of Asheville, North Carolina, at a combined weight of 438 pounds. They are the IWGP Heavyweight Tag Team Champions, the AAA Tag Team Champions, and the defending Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, Dax Harwood and Cash Wheeler, FTR.
2 teams who, in my opinion, are already verifiable Hall of Fame level tag teams.
Whoever wins this match tonight can say they are legit the best tag team on this planet. There's no excuses after this, Riccaboni.
That's what the 2 out of 3 falls match does. And let's take a look at their history. FTR 5-2 in their careers in 2 out of 3 falls matches. The Briscoes in 2007, though, made it their match. They won 4 straight in 2 straight.
That's what I'm saying.
So the Briscoes are looking to win and win quickly.
Briscoes are masters of the sweep. They'll beat you twice. They get it over with fast.
Referee Paul Turner calling for the bell. You can cut the tension with a knife. The respect has been built between these 2 teams. The first match was for authenticity. The rematch is for legacy.
Absolutely. And both of these guys, you know, whoever wins this match is still going to be represented well. The Ring of Honor Tag Team titles will be represented well, no matter if FTR or the Briscoe brothers win the tag team titles. This is what Ring of Honor is about.
Ring of Honor historically has been a place where tag team wrestling has been in the main event on the marquee. It warms my heart to see that remain the case. Think about all the great teams. The Second City Saints all the way up through the Young Bucks now, the Briscoes and FTR. What an amazing treat and what a ride I anticipate this will be. We're going to start things off. Mark Briscoe, Dax Harwood.
I'm very careful to watch the game plan. They're going to start off slow. They're going to start off blazing. And having Jay on the outside of the ring, he's definitely scouting to see what's happening. But Dax is more of the leader of FTR. So it's almost like sending the Marine in first on FTR's side.
Collar and elbow tie-up here. Positioning so important. I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge the heartfelt words from Dax.
Yeah.
Earlier this week with his daughter who fought through that amazing battle and comeback there. And of course, Mark Briscoe recently a father once again to Big Murph who persevered through an early birth. And so hopefully this joy that they have felt in their life, seeing their children fight and power through, will power them here tonight.
That's a great point, Riccaboni. Sometimes we look at these athletes in the ring and when we think this is all they do, but everybody in that ring is a family man. They have children, they have wives, they have homes to go home to, and their children go through stuff, their families go through stuff, and both teams have children that have went through something drastically and came out of it on top.
Shoulder tackle from Mark Briscoe, sending Harwood to the mat. You see Wheeler. And Jay Briscoe, you would think normally the crowd would be in their favor when you see the letters ROH, and you start to feel it now. You start that murmur, and that's why you gotta be here when Ring of Honor is on pay-per-view. We love when you join us on pay-per-view, but there is nothing like being here live.
Nothing like live. I want some pom bombs. I want some popcorn. I need a Diet Coke sitting in front of me right now, because this is gonna be a long night and probably gonna be the best match I've ever seen. I almost want to put my feet up, but my shoes aren't as cool as yours tonight.
See a nice waist lock there, and a go behind into a trap and a choke, and it's Mark Briscoe onto the ropes, pushing off separation created. And it's amazing. I think, Caprice, you and I both fathers, you know, as a single leg there. Side headlock. No, yeah, yes, indeed.
Yeah. So what Mark is using here is he's going to try to wear down Dax. He's going to try to wear him down, get a game plan going to where they can control the pace. Mark is one that can go a million miles a minute, but he's choosing to start off slow.
Shoulder tackle there in that torn labrum, which Dax revealed that he had that heading into the match at Forbidden Door, which that makes that even more impressive that they were able to walk out victorious.
And in that match, it was injured even more.
Yeah. So we see now rolling through, maintaining the Greco-Roman lock into the wrist lock, and now positioning so key here as he's able to maintain the assertive position. Wrist lock here, wrenching the arm, tag made. First time we're seeing Cash Wheeler.
Cash Wheeler has seen what he needs to see. Seeing the game plan is trying to keep Mark away from Jay, trying to cut off the ring. And they've cut off the ring early. You can see every time he tried, Mark's trying to get away.
Yeah, look at that, the point of the elbow.
Yep.
Trying to break through.
Mark got that single leg in there. He's not going to let go of it. Change positions.
Absolute great positioning by both men.
Yeah.
You see the footwork so key in establishing where their hips go.
I was looking at him holding onto that single leg, but once Cash changed his position, Mark changed it as well. Very smart.
Up and over. It's Mark Briscoe. Wow.
Japanese arm drag.
Open hand. And that's that redneck kung fu. If you're joining us for the first time.
Say it, Rick Bond.
If you're joining us for the first time, he is the Sussex County Chicken. Let's not forget that.
There are some people that have never seen the Briscoes in action before. They're in for a treat.
Tag made. Harwood back in.
I want you to listen to this crowd right now and think about what the crowd sounds like now and what they would sound like by the end of this match. And I guarantee you this crowd will be split 50-50 by the end of this match.
Jay Briscoe, former two-time world champion. He's done it in the single ranks and the tag team ranks. Nice collar and elbow time into a side headlock takeover. Dax Harwood now as Briscoe trying to get the hips out, trying to reestablish the hands, find a way out.
The weight being distributed well. The way Dax is doing, Dax went a little too high on that headlock. That's how Jay was able to roll him over with it.
See, wrenching it in. Back to his feet. Briscoe trying to take advantage of that, but right down to the mat, Dax Harwood. And that's smart if you can keep Jay off of his feet, because Jay is perpetual motion. He will keep hitting you. He will keep moving. He is a fighter.
He's the straight arrow of the team. He's going, once he goes start going at you, just watch out.
Shoulder tackle there, and it's Harwood sent down. Jay Briscoe now dropped down, nobody home, rolled through, ducks the clothesline. Jay Briscoe got him, Hurricane Rana. Back fist misses. Side headlock takeover. It's Harwood now, head scissor. Both men back to their feet. Side headlock takeover from Harwood. It's Jay Briscoe now with the head scissor. Popping back up. Side headlock. It's Jay Briscoe planting him down.
Harwood was still trying to find a way to ground the Briscoe.
Two.
And it didn't work.
And the Briscoes said in interviews they were going to try and win this match early.
Yeah.
They know how important that first fall is.
Yeah.
Because it sets the table.
Yeah.
It puts the opposing team on their heels. It puts them in an extremely bad way.
Harwood voluntarily rolls to the outside of the ring, and the Briscoes is giving him time to do whatever he needs to do. You can see the doctor there that is always on the side of the ring, and we know that he's not playing. He's checking his fingers there to make sure his feeling is still there. So it could be some type of spinal check that he has. And you will get whatever time you need and stuff like that, because this sport is built on respect, and there wants to be no excuses.
Certainly Mark and Jay, they know the stakes of this match.
Yeah.
They don't want to win by going to the back door, attacking the man when he's getting looked at by Doc Sampson. You don't want that.
That's the respect that is shown in Ring of Honor.
Tag made, Wheeler back in.
Now, if he comes back in the ring, everything is fair play.
Well, right, right, because he's exposing himself at that point. Head to head. Pie face now from Wheeler to Briscoe. And you don't see too many men bad enough to step up to Jay Briscoe.
That's what I'm saying. These two teams are so much alike, they don't even realize how much alike they are.
Exchange of chops. The chest now turning from red to purple. Side headlock creates movement. Oh!
Very smart by Cash to go low. The shoulder tackles were working in Jay's favor.
Back suplex from Wheeler. Oh, look at that. Dax now back in. And we know now that, at least for the time being, that spine might be feeling okay.
Yeah.
I don't think that was deception.
Yeah, no, of course not. Of course not. That's not the game they're playing here. And a lot of times it's to try to change the momentum. But this is a reset plan right here. They're resetting the game plan, changing the momentum. It's almost starting over. Both teams have reset here.
Tag made into Mark Briscoe.
Mark Briscoe is one that can hit you from any angle. He's not the straight arrow, or he would try to hit you from any direction. He'll roll past you. He's the most unorthodox person on this roster. He does what he wants, when he wants, and you can't plan for somebody like that.
Unpredictable. And look at that. Coming out of the corner. We saw a clean break earlier. Not the case here. Up top with the open hands. Those massive hands of Mark Briscoe at one point had the largest palm to middle finger measurement in the Ring of Honor locker room.
If the Briscoes cut off this ring, there's nobody that cuts off the rings. Just like there. There's nobody that cuts up. He lost them.
Wow.
He lost them, yeah.
As you were saying that, FTR cut off the ring. And I think these two teams, what's frustrating to both teams is they're so much alike as a drop toe. Delivered. Ooh. Back elbow.
It's the back of the elbow and the mat. The only thing there. That's the rock and the hard place to go.
And look at how quick Jay got out of that pin. That speaks to that first fall being so important. As, Harwood collects.
Harwood gives you no time to breathe, no time to recover. He stays on you. He's ready to go now.
Oh, grabbing a hold of the dreadlocks there. Tag being made, the quick tags now. The pace starting to pick up here as both teams, I think, have seen what they needed to see to deploy the game plan.
That's what I was saying. When they reset on the outside of the ring, they were resetting the game plan, and both teams have decided to pick up the pace.
Cover here. Got two that time.
Cash with the forearm on Jay right there, making it just that much harder to kick out. That little dirty stuff that they're putting in there, letting them know, I respect you, but I hate you at the same time.
Charging in, back elbow, catches Wheeler. Jay Briscoe planting the boot. That size 14 boot into the face of Wheeler. And now it's Mark Briscoe.
You know, when I've been in the ring with the Briscoes, whenever they would tag out and it would go from Mark to Jay or Jay to Mark, you almost have to reset your mind of who you're in the ring with.
And how much of an advantage is that, Caprice?
They can do it all day. They talk to each other in grunts. They don't even communicate in English sometimes.
Clothesline ducks. And Mark Briscoe, look at that. Like you said, they were grunting at each other.
They talk to each other. They do this stuff.
Double shoulder tackle.
I've seen times where they hit each other and teams would fight each other after they hit. They're like, keep going.
As you see Harwood on the outside, who senses the momentum shifting. And here's what you got to worry about, too, with the Briscoes.
Now, that time, when Cash rolled to the outside of the ring, Mark said, I'm not having it. You're not going to recover. You're not getting any time.
European uppercut sends Wheeler down. Leads him back to his feet, like you said, cutting the ring off, trapping Wheeler in the corner here. And into the ear, under the neck. He's got to be in a lot of pain right now.
Yeah. And this may be the game plan. They definitely want to lock off one person. If they lock off Cash Wheeler in there, they're going to cut off the ring. And nobody cuts off the ring like the Briscoe brothers do. It's almost like putting a little ring around Harwood, and they can use 75% of the ring and just cut off 25 of it. Most tag teams cut off 50% of the ring. The Briscoes will cut off 70. They will cut off 25% of the ring and use 75% of the ring in their advantage.
And there again, a one count. The urgency of Wheeler. Sometimes early on in the match, you see almost a delayed kick out. Trying not to expel as much energy as you need. Mark Briscoe charging and collapsing Wheeler.
It's game play and play.
And it's been all Briscoes at this point. And this is going to pay dividends later, Caprice. They're making deposits right now because this is 2 out of 3 falls. So the more they can damage Wheeler, this is going to affect him not only in the first fall, but the second fall and the third fall if needed.
And it's precision tune damage as well. They're definitely putting on the pressure on the neck of Wheeler right here. The one that held it on the neck. And when, like you said, if that game plan plays off, that's what they're going to focus on the rest of the match. And you know what their finishes are. With that clothesline out the top rope, landing right on your neck. They know what they're doing. The game plan
the redneck boogie. Everything, almost everything focuses on the neck. You're absolutely right. As Wheeler sent back down. And it's Jay Briscoe. Cover again, lateral press, a 1 count. Pushing the hips out and right back on top of him.
You see with that head, like the way that Jay's dragging him over. He's dragging Cash over there.
Shots to the midsection here. And people write the Briscoes off as bumpkins from Laurel County, Delaware, from Sussex County, Delaware, from Laurel, Delaware. They're not. These two are some of the smartest wrestlers.
They are geniuses in that ring. They have mastered the craft of tag team wrestling. I can't say it no other way. They know what they're doing in there.
Oh, wait a minute. Wheeler looking for an opening. But it's Mark Briscoe fighting out of it. Sending Wheeler into the ropes. Caught! Oh, caught! Now the question is, can he find Harwood?
Right. Does he know where Harwood is? Harwood needs to make some noise.
And Harwood, with the outstretched arms, makes the tag. Harwood in, the jabs. And then across with the right. Delivers another. Big right hand on Jay Briscoe. Wow, knife edge chops.
Ooh, you can see the flesh flying out.
Yeah. Oh, Harwood, a house on fire. Keeps it locked in. Plants Jay Briscoe again. Oh, that chop to the back, though, breaks it up. And it's Mark Briscoe, and Harwood ducks down. Harwood hits a cradle. Small package. 1, 2. Ooh. Almost had him there for the first fall.
Can't forget, this is a 2 out of 3 falls.
1, 2. But that first one's so important.
Yeah.
It is critical. It is mission critical.
Harwood using all the pins right here.
2. Oh, blocks the right from Jay. And it's Mark Briscoe sneaking up. 2. Great exchange there.
Yeah.
Right hand delivers on Mark Briscoe.
Man, that was so smart by Harwood. So many times tag teams have been pushed in. They take the fist by their opponent, and it changes the game plan. Harwood side that scouted.
Wow.
Didn't have that scouted.
Mark Briscoe, like a freight train. Woo. And they will give up their own bodies. And if you have not seen the Briscoes, trying to put a little bang, bang, bang. Oh! Wow! And as Wheeler connected on Mark Briscoe, Jay Briscoe connected on Wheeler. But Jay's the legal man.
FTR has done their homework with the Briscoes. They probably watched that match so many times. They said they do this, they do that. We plan for this. He's trying for the Jay Driller.
For the Jay Driller, he won the world title with that move. Oh, DDT!
Fake that punch.
Cover! 2! Ooh! Just a 2 count. He hit that perfectly.
Yeah, he faked the punch, and when Jay ducked down,
you'll see it here.
Yeah.
Planted him on his head.
Wow. Yeah. Stiff.
And we're back to live action now. Harwood, butterfly in the arms in his own right. Maybe looking for a Jay Driller of his own.
Well, how much insult to injury would that have been if Harwood was able to put a Jay Driller on Jay? Whoa! Oh, he hit the turn. He hit the corner post.
Hit the post. Oh, he is dazed, and he's on the shoulders of Jay Briscoe. Doomsday device.
That's the first fall. That's the first fall. You see Jay block it.
2.
Yeah, that's it.
The first fall go to the Briscoes.
Once that Doomsday was hit, you can see Jay. Watch here. This is tag team precision. Mark hits the Doomsday, and Jay goes to find a tag team partner to make sure he can't break up the pin.
And look at Mark finding him.
He found him, pointed him out. The block is in play. Nowhere to go.
And in 2 out of 3 fall matches, there is a brief recovery period at the discretion of the referee. And the Briscoes, this has been so important to their game plan.
Listen to the crowd. They're silent. They didn't expect this.
When the Briscoes established themselves as the masters of 2 out of 3 falls, it was 2 straight.
I'm telling you, I've been swept by the Briscoes. I know how they sweep people.
Inside cradle.
Roll up.
Ball number 2.
Mark didn't even see it. Mark was paying attention to the crowd, and the match had restarted.
Rare unforced error by the Briscoes there. As Jay Briscoe.
But you know, it was crazy. This is Ring of Honor, but it's also like an AEW house. And so this is not a crowd that's used to the Briscoes yet. So the Briscoes are still winning this crowd.
Oh, open hands. The blood popping off the chest of Harwood.
Harwood couldn't defend himself if he wanted to. Look at him. Yeah.
Laying in a heap of his own flesh, bone, and blood.
Just came out of that doomsday device.
And he's got so much to think about now. The blood popping from his chest, those blood vessels bursting. He's got to think about his head, his neck, the impact of the doomsday device.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Oh, God.
He's hurt bad. He needs a tag. And the Briscoes, I don't even know why he's the one starting this match. I would have switched out.
Ring of Honor rules do indicate that the man that the fall must start. Cash arguing about the tactics here. I don't blame him at this point.
Yeah.
As the Briscoes bending the rules, and Harwood, I don't know if it was on instinct, on accident. He's looking to make his way to the outside here. It's Jay Briscoe trying to send the fans home with one half of the Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions.
You gotta believe Cash Wheeler knows the game plan of the Briscoes. You gotta believe he studied and knows exactly what the Briscoes are doing. But you gotta wonder, is their game plan working? They're down 1-0.
And the Briscoes just vicious, attacking Wheeler as well, as we got a glimpse of that blood beginning to pulsate with every beat of Wheeler's heart. It pops.
Those capillaries popping on the chest. You can see that the sweat flying with every chop, making that flesh swell. Irritates you during the whole match. It's bleeding now. It's bleeding. His chest is bleeding.
Oh, God.
20 minutes elapsed time, 40 minutes remaining on the time limit.
It's like a baseball bat. It's
You
like
didn't even realize 20 minutes passed, did you? That's how intense this match is.
Headbutt connects on Wheeler. Tag made to Mark Briscoe. Here in the Boston area, it's like David Ortiz.
Look, 20 minutes and only one fall has occurred.
Xander Bogart's delivering on a fastball middle in as a snap mare.
You know how many teams try to, the first 5 minutes you see a fall, the first 2 minutes, you know, they're working here tonight. They're putting in their best efforts.
These teams have known
the blood. These are from chops.
You see it just dripping down the chest.
Staying on the neck. You see that wrench right there on the neck?
That wrist-to-wrist grip of Mark Briscoe.
Once the Briscoes' game plan is working, they stay with it, and they come at it different ways.
We see Wheeler with the outstretched hand begging Dax Harwood to make the tag. If he could, he would. I assure you that, Cash.
Absolutely. And you got to know Mark Briscoe's trying everything he can to keep it away. Now, great move by Dax Harwood, but he's going to have to get past Mark to make that tag.
And does he have enough resolve? Wheeler, exceptionally fresh compared to the other 3 men in the match. It would be a boon if he was able to make the tag.
They cut him off.
Jay Briscoe coming in and blocking the tag. Harwood, though, taking advantage of the moment. Is he big enough? Is FTR big enough for the moment? We're finding out right now, down 1-0.
It's the last-ditch effort.
On the top. Open hand to the back, to the spine.
Well, this right here speaks of the heart of Harwood. Because a lot of times when you get a breath, there's nobody to tag. That's when you go to tag your partner. Nobody there.
And that's
he knows he's by himself.
Intelligence of the Briscoes.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3 moves ahead.
I'm telling you, man, these guys are geniuses.
As we see Harwood.
Danger zone. Oh, my goodness.
Super back suplex.
Harwood has to make a cover. He has to make it every time a second goes by.
But Caprice, he's got to be wrestling in his mind if he has any wherewithal.
Right.
Does he go for the cover? Does he go for the
tag? You're right.
Do you play the long game? Or do you think that's the one shot that could put Jay away and tie this thing up? That's a monumental decision he needs to make.
He's going for the tag. Going for the tag. And nobody's home.
And he can't wonder now what would have happened if he tried for the cover. He can't let that weigh on him. He's got to fight. He's got to fight right now.
And a former world champion is behind him, seeing blood and going after it like a shark. Right
back to the chest.
To the bloody chest.
Up to the top. Tag made. Oh, no, wait a minute.
We getting ready to see the redneck boogie.
No. And it's redneck boogie. Briscoes.
Play.
2 straight.
Woo! That kick out was all heart. All heart. Weight distributed correctly and everything. It was all heart by Harwood.
But how much heart, how much adrenaline. I'm not questioning this man's intestinal fortitude, but there's only so much you can do.
Yeah, but the name of this pay-per-view is Death Before This Honor, and FTR said they choose death.
What they accomplished will go down in the record books. Win, lose, or draw. The first team ever to simultaneously hold IWGP AAA and Ring of Honor tag team titles.
Simultaneously.
And there is no dishonor in what they've accomplished. But they are in trouble. I would be lying to you if I said they were not in trouble, down 1-0. And Harwood is in major trouble. Daylight is fading.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Shot to the midsection. Harwood, both men back to their feet.
Harwood back on his feet is a feat in itself.
Open hand.
You see right there how Mark has cut himself off, put his body in between Cash and Dax.
The pop of the sweat.
Yeah.
Ooh, the neck.
See, Harwood still getting in these fights. You see how Mark changed the direction? Because he knew if he started him out to that side.
Tag made! Wheeler's in!
It's a fresh Wheeler at that!
Wow, European uppercut!
Belly to belly!
Got him!
Shades of Magnum TA right there.
Big back elbow. Wheeler on a roll. By far the freshest man in this encounter.
I'm gonna let that go. You said Wheeler on the roll. I'm gonna let it go. Clothesline!
Plants him!
Wheeler's feeling it.
Just like that, FTR back in the match. Front face lock here. Wheeler!
Brain buster! Can he even score? 1, 2, oh! Riccaboni, I thought that was going to score it. I thought it was going to even the score here. It was a perfect brain buster. It's showing that both teams are giving everything they got. Both teams. Look at this. Look at the head of Mark.
And we take a look at the replay here. And Wheeler pumped up about that. You see the
watch Mark's head.
Brain buster. But in the ring, Mark has changed the tide of this match. Maybe looking for the redneck boogie again. Jay Briscoe back in the ring. Can they hit into Wheeler? Has him up. Gory special.
Gory special. The Jace is stuck.
Shoots the
Jay can't break. He can't break. What?
Just a 2 count. Just a 2 count.
Even Jay Briscoe thought that Mark was in trouble, trying to make the pin, desperately trying to break that pin up. Harwood was keeping him from doing it.
And you don't see that level. Oh, God.
They're into the crowd.
You don't see that level of desperation from the Briscoes unless somebody really was in trouble. We're on the outside. It is a
hey, man, look here.
Proverbial war zone here.
Hey, look at the Spanish announce table, not us. No, Spanish announce table, not us. Yeah. I don't even know where the Spanish announce table is, but he need to grab something. Don't grab us.
This has degenerated. And we got Wheeler and Mark on the inside, and on who the hell knows where Harwood and Jay Briscoe are.
They're at the concession stand. No, I see them. They're over there to my left.
Front, a forearm. Headbutt delivers. And I see out of the corner of my periphery, Jay Briscoe has returned. Security, Ring of Honor security has made sure that both men are on their way back.
Crossbody.
Cover.
By himself.
Oh! Jay hit him with the bell.
This is sweet.
2 straight, 2.
Wow. How did he kick out of that?
It looked like they were going for the sweep. The sweep was on the table. The broom was in the hands. The game's so close.
I mean, the bell that took out Ricky Steamboat, took Macho Man and Ricky Steamboat. I mean, come on now.
Tag made. The Briscoe said, what the hell? Use the bell as the blood now pours. out of the skull of Wheeler. Jay Briscoe, Spicoli driver.
You know what follows this? Froggy Bow.
Got absolutely all of it.
Find the man.
Cover. 1, 2.
Where they messed up is Mark did not look for where Harwood was. Yeah. Look at the head of Cash Wheeler, busted wide open, bleeding profusely.
And you see Harwood. Oh, it was a trap. Oh. It was a trap. Flapjack into the stairs.
I tell you what, the heart of Harwood is unquestionable at this moment. Coming in with his shoulder not 100%, taking the doomsday, bleeding from the chest, dropped on his head multiple times, and is still in this fight. Cash Wheeler the same, head busted wide open by a bell.
And with Tony Khan signing the Briscoes to the long-term contract that he did, the Ring of Honor contract, it sure looks like a smart investment as the Briscoes on the doorstep with a sweep here. Tag made, but you gotta wonder how much Harwood has left.
Big rig! Big rig! They're gonna aim it a score!
Fire up the engine!
2, 3!
The winners of the second fall, evening this match at 1 fall apiece, FTR!
We go to the
We have
replay
also
now.
just passed the 30-minute elapsed time, 30 minutes now remaining in the time limit.
Big rig!
Nobody kicks out of the big rig. Harwood saw it in place. Cash turns around, delivers perfection personified.
Fire up the engine, blow the horn, the big rig come barreling through Delaware.
Mark has re-entered in with the crimson mask on. That's what I told you. I said, listen to the crowd now and listen. You can hear these teams, the crowd is going for both teams because look at you can see how many people are standing on their feet. Hard to find anybody sitting down because they know they are witnessing the greatest match they've ever seen.
You can see it in every shot you look at. You're absolutely right, Caprice.
They are on their feet.
This has been a rematch for the ages. We are down to the third and deciding fall here. Head to head.
How tough do you have to be for your head to already be busted open and you voluntarily headbutt somebody?
Forearms connecting. It's Wheeler. Briscoe, huge open hand. The blood vessel's popping now on Wheeler's chest. Irish whip counter, wrist lock taken. It's Mark Briscoe.
Nage!
Plants him up and over. Tag made. Harwood back in.
Nage!
And the blood covering the face nearly in totality, almost into the beard of Mark Briscoe.
That's what I was saying. That crimson mask gets into your eyes. It makes it hard for you to see, hard for you to blink. You have to wipe it out. Gets in your nose, makes it hard for you to breathe. But when it gets into your mouth, just like his eyes open, it turns on an animal.
Briscoe looking for the Uranagi on the apron. Fingers are locked. Great way to stop the Uranagi as they battle in a dangerous position. It's Harwood. Big forearm, the elbow across the jaw.
See that sweat fly off the flesh from every blow that is given. It's just asking for it. You can see that.
Oh, the
Man,
thrust.
did you see that?
I did. I don't know.
I don't know if it was
Harwood
tooth, it was
did.
gum, it was memories.
Mark Briscoe makes it a blockbuster night. Dialing up Bill Cullen for the blockbuster on the outside. And we take a look at the replay now.
This is Mark Briscoe putting his body on the line.
And I don't care who you are, you know Mark Briscoe's going to try this on the outside. He has a way of the foot positioning, the movement, that is unblockable, that blockbuster.
Yeah.
Mark Briscoe, the legal man, very smartly makes the tag to Jay Briscoe, who in my opinion is just a little bit fresher. Thrust kick here as the fans chanting ROH.
He's trying for that J Driller
Certainly
again.
is. Look at the butterfly of the arms. Trying to fight out of it.
Harwood trying his best to fight out of it.
And that skull pointing into the abdomen of Jay Briscoe, using it to try and push out of it. Holds on to the wrist.
Gonna go for a power driver.
Harwood!
Got it! Stuck it!
Every single bit of it, Caprice.
Cover and play.
Cover
By itself.
press.
Wow. Yeah, in my opinion, Harwood should have hooked the leg. But I don't know if that would have mattered because Jay's in here to fight. But that power drive was perfect. It was a perfect power driver.
Caprice, when you're in a war like this, I gotta ask you, can you even think straight? Can you even get down to that level of minutia, those split-second decisions?
Riccaboni, I
I'm
ain't
not
gonna
saying
lie
you're
to
wrong.
you. I've never been in this type of war, so I can't tell you.
Shots to the midsection there. I'm not saying you're wrong.
No.
I just don't know.
You're right, and I don't either. These guys have went past anything I've ever surpassed.
And now on the shoulders once again of Jay Briscoe. Looking for the doomsday device.
Not twice.
Oh, blocked. Blocked.
You heard him say big rig,
Forearm connects.
but Jay heard it. He's not going to let it happen.
Yeah, that's that communication advantage of the Briscoes.
Yeah.
Ducks.
Paul Turner just got a chin check.
And what do we do now?
We wait.
And Mark, and I don't disagree with the Briscoes. That was a complete accidental contact. You got to try and take advantage of it when you can. Jay Briscoe!
He hits it. There's no referee.
Cover
play, no.
1,
Where's
2,
Stefan?
3, 4, 5.
Where's Mike
6,
Posey?
7. And we don't know for sure the adrenaline you get when you hear the referee's hand come to the mat, but we just saw a visual pinfall that would have ended the match.
Now, I can say this, Riccaboni. When you hit your best move and the referee's not there, there's a drainage that happens to you. There's a drainage that takes place. It's like, I won this match and nobody was there to see it. What do I do now? And you have to get past that.
Jay Briscoe connects with a big boot on Wheeler. Harwood in a bad way, back again to the corner. They are laser focused and calling for cash, but he's not going to be able to help out. Oh, wait.
Sees it now.
I spoke too soon. Mark down to the outside. Caught with a forearm. FTR has a 2-on-1 advantage. Briscoe trying to fight out of it.
Yeah, he's fighting with everything he's got.
Oh, big rig! Big rig out of the corner!
He caught it.
And he
That's
stacks
it.
him up.
No referee.
3.
He got
4.
turned up.
Wait a minute. Turns in.
Yeah.
2.
Whoa. This is the first time in history, Riccaboni, in history, that anybody has ever kicked out of the big rig. In history, Riccaboni.
Absolute insanity to see that occur.
The fans are on their feet. I'm willing to bet people at home are standing in front of their TVs, standing in front of their computers, not believing their eyes. The action that they are seeing dealt by Ring of Honor.
Jay Briscoe now perched up top.
It's a setup.
Front face lock here.
Mark sees it.
Wheeler down, tumbles to the outside.
Wow. Mark got out of there.
Ooh. And again, laser focused, precision focused. Mark Briscoe.
Got it.
Doomsday
Turns in play.
device, cover 2.
Ooh.
Everybody on their feet.
Yeah.
On this history-making
Look at
night.
this shot.
Everybody on their feet. There's a jive turkey right now trying to find somebody sitting down. You won't.
Gonna take a look at the replay as the teams attempt to compose themselves to get back in this fight. That Doomsday device took everything out of everyone. The roar of the crowd when Wheeler broke up that count.
They are into this. Ooh.
Shot from Wheeler.
Mark just stayed right there and waited for it.
And the jabs, these left jabs.
That one almost buckled him.
Open hand, knife edge. Ooh, Wheeler fighting back, shot to the midsection, front face lock here.
Oh, back to the inside. You hit those ropes, it ricochets, and you don't know which way it's going. You can see Mark grabbing his arm. You can see Cass grabbing his back. Sometimes the rope does more damage than the mat.
And you could argue for who had the worst of that. Both men landing in a bad way in both
40
directions.
minutes elapsed time. 20 minutes remaining in the time limit.
And these are two men putting their dukes up, trying to finish this like men.
Look at them duking it out.
Hand-to-hand combat.
It's like a hockey fight. Ooh, look at
Jay
the chin.
Briscoe.
My goodness.
Jay Briscoe, that shot to the chin.
Oh, my God.
Planning. Cover. 2.
Roll up.
1, 2. Ooh. Into the clutch here. Into the clutch. Harwood reaching, but there's nobody, no ropes, no nothing.
Nobody to tag, nowhere to grab,
And that
nowhere
cut,
to go.
That cut above the eye, the blood now pouring into the eyes.
That blood
of Dax
makes-
Harwood.
That stress makes the blood even pour even more.
And look at this, Mark Briscoe. Clutch of his own.
Wow.
And that bond,
Look at that.
teammates.
They said that bond is saying you better not tap. You better not tap, is what he's saying.
Holding his partner so that he cannot tap, and that gives them just a moment, just the window they needed to get to the ropes.
My goodness. That's the gym partner you need right there.
I'm glad I found you, Caprice.
Yes, sir.
That's me and you, baby. But you and I are not fighting for the richest prize in tag team wrestling right now. It is these two great teams in the most anticipated rematch in Ring of Honor history. The Briscoes. It is one fall to one fall.
And they have raised the stake on the value of that title.
And Wheeler follows Mark up.
Wait a second! Oh my goodness!
Car crash through the table!
Yeah, you can read lips. Watch this.
The replay tells the whole story, and back in live action. Double leg takedown blocks the pile driver. It's Jay Briscoe.
Jay Driller.
Look for the Jay Driller. Oh, he got it.
By himself.
He
Dead
got
center
it.
in the middle of the ring.
Hooks the leg.
This will do it.
Two Briscoes out of the new
Whoa,
champions. No, they're not.
How?
They're not the new champions.
Every situation the Briscoes or FTR have been into to finish the match on a high note, it is still not the finish. It is still not enough.
We talk about being a game of inches, about momentum. But when your legacy is on the line, you can throw inches and momentum out of the table. We are seeing ungodly, unhuman things from both teams here tonight that, frankly, I thought we saw it all between these two teams, and they have been proving us and everybody watching
It's going for the Jay
incorrect.
Driller again. It's almost dead weight. Now, I don't know if this is involuntary dead weight or intentional dead weight.
Butterflying the arms, back down to the mat.
Yeah.
And the clutch leading him back to his feet to look for the Jay Driller once more. The hands are not locked.
Yeah.
It gives Harwood an opening.
Yeah.
He broke the hands, gave him the opening.
It was intentional dead weight. Yep, it was a setup.
There you see the open hands across the chest. And look at the exhaustion.
Riccaboni, you took the words right out of my mouth. Exhaustion is the word.
Forearms connect.
It's almost an hour, Riccaboni. We're like 50 minutes into this match.
Harwood down to the mat. Follows it back up, though. A burst of adrenaline here. Front face lock.
It's going to pile drive him from the top.
No. It's going to end his career. Jay Briscoe in trouble. Cover. 2. Got him.
The winners of the third and deciding fall, and still Ring of Honor World Tag Team Champions, FTR!
When you stare down death's door, when you stare down defeat, sometimes eardrums, busted teeth, permanent damage.
You see being closer, and I see somebody being able to have a weapon with them at all times.
Briscoe with Harwood, Wheeler, and Mark Briscoe.
Intentionally out-marking Jake Briscoe, grab the chain to bring it closer to him because they know it's the leverage that counts.
And a double leg takedown from Harwood, and it's Wheeler and Mark Briscoe, Jake Briscoe and Harwood. And you can throw all the accolades, the classic fights, the instant classic markings out the window. This is going to be a fight. It's going to be a battle with the chains around the neck. On the inside there, and then right in front of us, it is Harwood and Jay Briscoe just delivering straight right hands, and it's Wheeler shot to the midsection with the chain.
I didn't think Wheeler would be the first person to use the chain. This is showing me that FTR knows the type of fight that they're inside for.
Great split screen shot here. Mark Briscoe already busted open as Jay Briscoe sending Harwood into the steps.
Man, he's showing both at the same time. You need to be technical.
I love it. I love everything about Ring of Honor. Ooh! From the production to the fans to the world-class athletes to this brawl we're about to see here. Oh, God!
As if the chain and the collar is not enough, Harwood already bringing the chairs in play.
And this is something we haven't really seen, this tornado style of match between these two.
Yeah.
Oh, and he's choking Mark Briscoe.
And Briscoe's already bleeding.
And this match going a million miles an hour already. And who do you think that benefits, Caprice? Who do you think who's got the endurance here?
You almost have to go with FTR there because of the schedule that they have been doing and the tolerance that they have to build up. But you can never count the Briscoes out.
Well, think about the schedule the Briscoes had the week of Supercard. They wrestled 4 matches in under 36 hours. Oh, it sold it to the face of beer. I don't know what that was. The 5 concessions here at UTA.
Either way, it temporarily blinds you. You know, I'm looking at FTR, man. They know what they're in for. They faced these guys before, and they're like, you know what? If we're going to beat these guys, we're going to have to fight from the start to the finish for wrestling out the window and survive. And that's exactly what they've been doing.
Wheeler on top of Mark Briscoe, choking him down. Meanwhile, Harwood, he's dismantling God knows what over there. And the thrust by Mark Briscoe. This match is absolutely insane. And Harwood trying to bring Jay Briscoe back in. And those chains add just a little bit of tethered violence as Mark Briscoe bleeding from under and over the eye right now. Look at Mark!
Tethered violence, and you also have to realize that everywhere that your opponent goes, you go. So you can also unintentionally hang yourself.
We take a look at the split screen shot right in front of us. Jay Briscoe just blocked a chair, countered it into Harwood, now delivering those straight rights. It's Mark Briscoe and Wheeler finally slowing down at this point, but this has been a war, Caprice.
My God, it's already been too much to handle, so much to hold, so much blood being spilled. Dax trying to go, Harwood inside of the ring.
Just a absolutely incredible war we've seen thus far, and it's Harwood and Jay Briscoe returning to the ring. You see the protective gloves on the hands of Paul Turner. We knew this would get violent, and the chains are wrapped around and driven into the spine of Jay Briscoe on that suplex.
Harwood grabbing again, closing that space, going for another suplex.
Again! And Caprice, every time there is a move, whether you want to or not, those chains are gonna hit you.
Well, you saw that time in that suplex, it took some out of Harwood as well.
Oh!
Grabbing a tooth. Harwood just lost a tooth.
Oh, and he's tying up. So Harwood tying up Jay Briscoe and Wheeler At Briscoe, the master of redneck kung fu coming through. Shots just under the ear. Looking to maybe bust the eardrum.
Oh, my goodness.
Greg Valentine still can't hear from his dog collar.
He's whipping his face with the chain.
Caprice, we might just want to divide and conquer here if it goes split screen again. Oh my God.
So much action going on at the same time, but we do know that the Briscoes are in control.
We're seeing for the first time here, and I wondered.
Harwood has lost a tooth.
And I mean, look at Piper. Piper lost multiple teeth. Valentine, a permanent hearing damage after that dog collar match. Busted eardrum.
Jay is wrapping the chain around his fist. It's gonna be lights out.
Oh, goodness. Across the bridge of the nose.
Look at Harwood's arm is limp. Sacrificial lamb right now.
Just driving the chain into the skull now of Harwood. And if he didn't bust the nose, he probably busted open the eye, the skull of Dax Harwood.
Oh my gosh, look at him.
And this is now the Briscoes element.
Yeah, all they needed was an opening. They have that opening now, and you can see inside of the ring, the Briscoes in control. On the outside of the ring, the Briscoes in control as well.
And choking Harwood now, a taste of his own medicine as Mark Briscoe on the outside with Wheeler.
Wheeler face down in a prone position.
And in just 3 matches, this has become one of the all-time great rivalries. It's come to this. The challenge issue just a few days ago, but you and I both hoped this would be inevitable. We knew there was still a fight.
Well, this is the type of fight, man, where you know these guys are going to give everything they got, but it's a career-shortening fight. No matter who wins this match, hopefully these careers are shortened. Everybody in this match has a shortened career after this.
And the chance, dueling chance, Dem Boys, FTR. Ooh. And those rights again. 2 men in this match are bleeding at this point. And Jay Briscoe doing everything he can to open it up.
Yeah, once Jay Briscoe smells blood, he's like a shark, man. He's not going to stop.
Briscoe, a man, Jay Briscoe, has walked out of final battle in the main event, the world champion. He's walked out in the main event as a tag champion.
Yeah.
He knows how to get to that extra gear.
And blood is almost maybe an unfamiliar territory for FTR. It's a very familiar territory for the Briscoes.
Oh, great counter around the neck, trying to get through. Oh, wow. Wheeler catches him sleeping.
That was beautiful. Mark instinctively ran to try to protect his brother, forgot that he was connected to a 240-pound man on the other side of the ring.
And this is what I wondered about privately with you, Caprice. The double teams, would it change any because of the way they were going to be connected? And we're seeing FTR, no problem double teaming now.
Well, one thing it changes is realize that Harwood has to stay close, even though he's tagging against Mark.
And we see the replay there. It is Wheeler who caught Mark sleeping, a rare moment, and that's the danger of these chain matches.
Separate sides of the ring with the chain.
Oh, God! And FTR kicking it into another gear here.
A nasty gear, a relentless gear.
And this is the first time a double dog collar match on pay-per-view.
You see all that blood on the outside?
Right. Oh, and they're up to the top. And they are looking to end the Briscoes' night with their own finishing move. The Doomsday Device.
He hit it.
Spins him inside out.
That's going to do it.
Cover. 1, 2. Wow.
Mark kick. Do you know? They finish so many people with that out of build it regularly.
Absolutely.
But Mark just got hit with his own tag team move with a chain wrapped around his arm. Are you kidding me right now?
And now Jay Briscoe, the blood pouring. And all 4 men now have been cut open. And and Wheeler, look at Wheeler in that gory bomb position, that gory special position, making the most of it, choking him with the chain. And the oxygen, you got to be careful here. Paul Turner has to make a decision. You never want to be the one responsible for calling the match. But like we saw in the last bout, you know when someone's out.
Yeah, but you know, sometimes when you're wrestling somebody, you wish there was something you could grab hold them a little more. That's what these chains are giving FTR, is giving them more leverage to be able to execute holds. And they're using it to their best ability. I have to commend them for that.
And Mark, he's got to be careful here. He's got those hands up. He's got to swing those hips up, or he's got to get choked down.
He's being hung.
And Mark trying to fight literally for his life at this point. The hands within the dog collar, keeping him safe. An Irish whip. Oh my God. Breaking the tautness of that chain, allowing Mark to get his oxygen. Thank God.
Look at all the blood being lost by Jay. It's only a matter of time before he loses what's going on. He's not able to understand what's around him, losing concentration, losing focus, and he's gonna have to fight or flight.
For the first time ever on pay-per-view, we are seeing a double dog collar match.
Blood in his eyes, crimson mask, full.
And it is pouring
in his eyes and his mouth.
Sorry. Caprice, you and I are both. This is the first time we're seeing any level of this violence. Ooh, you can't expect us to react with anything but amazement and awe at the terror that each team is bringing upon one another.
It's just a froggy brawl.
With the chain! Got him! Right through the midsection! Cover! To him! No! Lucky 13, not today. Not now, at least for the Briscoes.
Now showing you right there, Mark grabbing his elbow. You can hit somebody with the chain, but it's also a chain hitting you as well.
And as somebody that's had elbow issues from playing baseball, which is significantly less violent than this, I can tell you, you don't want a chain in your elbow. As Jay Briscoe still attached to Harwood, still going to town, the blood just pouring out. And look at the fight, look at the struggle here as Mark Briscoe unloading on Wheeler on the outside.
I got blood on my notes. There's blood everywhere.
There's a pool forming, dripping off the skull of Wheeler at this point. Mark Briscoe making some sort of contraption here. He is a violent artist, is a violent architect. And he's got just a touch of madness in his eyes right now. Jay Briscoe continues to unload on Harwood.
Wheeler reaching out for me for help. He's reaching out for help because he's in desperado land. He doesn't know what's going on, and Mark does. Mark definitely in control, looking for a table.
Hey, Mark, we better be careful here now, Caprice. Mark, I don't know what the hell's going through Mark Briscoe's mind right now. In the chain. Oh, and Wheeler
pulling it back. Smart move by Wheeler there.
Again.
There's a bunch of chairs underneath him.
And we're right here, too. Caprice, watch out.
Oh, goodness. I can feel the thud underneath my feet.
And if you look up to the top left, the blood continues to pour like a river from the skulls of Jay Briscoe and Dax Harwood.
This just shows how much these tag team titles mean to both of these teams. They're literally putting their lives on the line to win these titles, giving these fans way more than their money's worth. They're giving them their life's worth.
Jay Briscoe up to the top, front face lock here. The chain inside the ring at this point. Oh, God, Dax. Across the eyes, across the nose, the skull of Jay Briscoe.
Oh, he's wrapping a chain around his head. You gotta assume he's going for a headbutt.
He had 2 layers worth there. He's just going around.
This Dynamite Kid style right here.
And the violence and the madness. Got it!
My goodness, hurt himself. That's what I'm saying. The chain is double impact. My goodness.
But to a point you made, Caprice, the fact that he was willing to give up his own skull.
Yeah.
You only get one brain, Caprice.
You only get one brain. Like I said, these guys are literally putting their lives on the line for these tag team titles. That's how much it means to everyone inside of this ring that loves Ring of Honor, that loves wrestling, that loves this sport.
And Harwood, the chain.
Ooh. You can see the evil in his eyes. The intent here to hurt himself, as long as he knows he's inflicting more pain on his opponent.
And you better be careful. You better be careful, Dax. FTR, almost more than anybody, are about legacy. The one thing they haven't done is come into Final Battle and oh, God! And win or keep the tag titles. And Jay Briscoe, Mike Posey in the line of fire.
Well, that was unintentional. Posey knows it.
And he was checking in on Jay Briscoe. Dax knows.
Oh my God, he's busted open as well. Oh my God.
Posey is a wreck.
Oh my God.
And Paul Turner, this match is multiple referees for a reason.
Do you smell that? Smell the iron.
Oh God.
Ugh.
And Doc Sampson leaving his position from right behind us here to ensure Mike Posey's taken care of. And
Paul Turner inside of the ring. He would take side inside of this match.
And Posey is a former wrestler. He's wrestled all over the world. We're seeing fisticuffs here now. And Jay with those quick jabs, those Larry Holmes style jabs. Jab and move, jab and step back, off the ropes. Comes through with a big kick. Dax swing and a miss. Big back suplex. And I apologize, fans. I've never seen a referee take the shot that Mike Posey has. I'm a little stunned.
He's bleeding profusely.
We need some additional repairs. Wheeler and Mark Briscoe on the outside. Forearm connects. It's Mark Briscoe coming at it full speed. Swing and a miss. And it's Wheeler delivering on Mark Briscoe.
My goodness. Not only did he land on the hardest part of the apron, but there was chain underneath him, and now he is displayed on the table.
He just drug him by his neck.
Yeah, he's been getting drugged by his neck the whole time. I can't imagine these guys tomorrow or the next week.
Or the next year.
Yeah, that's what I mean by career shortening.
A life-changing match as Wheeler up to the top on the outside, now back on the apron. Kicked in the midsection. It's Briscoe with an open hand, but he's also hitting the chain. And weaving a twisted web now with that chain. It's Wheeler and Mark Briscoe. Mark Briscoe, spicy drop kick.
Mike, he set him up for that. Pulled him up inside of him, knew exactly what he was trying to do.
We're watching masters of the craft right here.
Absolutely.
Both teams thinking 2-3 moves ahead. And Mark Briscoe loves that bang, that elbow.
Jay's coming inside. He said, hey, we can end this thing.
And he has Wheeler where he needs him. And looking for the doomsday. And it's Wheeler.
Oh! Oh, my God! Oh! He just landed from the top rope to the pile of steel chairs on the outside of the ring.
Unbelievable!
I don't really know if he's hurt. I want to know if he's alive.
Well, we're going to take a look at the replay. Oh, God, I don't even know. I don't want to see that again.
At least I can see him breathing.
Is he? Okay, I see. You're right. He's breathing. He's moving, but on the inside, Harwood with a chance to end things.
He's breathing, but he's not moving. Rick.
Jay Briscoe, double arm. Jay Briscoe on the chain. On the chain. Cover.
This could do it. Oh my God.
What's it gonna take?
I'm out of it. I don't know what it takes. I'm worried about my 4 friends that are in this match. My 4 friends that I called. They called me on their birthdays. They called me on my children's birthday. I called them. We know each other. But these guys are hurting themselves. This is a war. I'm not worried about right now. I'm worried about tomorrow.
What about their kids? What about their wives, their parents? They're lucky enough to have such great families in their lives. This is what this means to them. They're willing to throw it all away for the stake to become the greatest tag team in Ring of Honor history.
I just hope the fans appreciate the sacrifice that is happening right now.
And they might be giving it all up. Think about the time on the shelf Jay Briscoe had.
Yeah.
One of the toughest men in the world after that 2 out of 3 falls match, Caprice.
And these guys are not finished. You can look at the trunks of Harwood. They came in the ring white. Look at that.
And the eye almost swollen shut, that right eye, camera left.
Yeah. I don't know if that's swollen shut or the top of his eyelid is cut down.
Or if it's forming that, it's coagulating that, that scar, that eyelid.
Oh, God. It's like a horror movie.
Harwood's in deep trouble. Wheeler trying to come in. The Cash meeting a similar fate to Dax as with a steel chair shot there.
Crazy thing is how comfortable Jay Briscoe is in all of this.
Again, trying to butterfly those arms, looking for another Jay Driller. Jay! Oh! Goes between the legs. We almost never see that.
What can you say?
Oh, no! Sticks him with the pile driver.
Still on him.
Cover! 2! Ooh! You and I both remember how that match ended at Death Before Dishonor. That pile driver off the second rope. We'll take a look at it again. Unfiltered violence on the chair. That same pinning combination that finished Jay in July does not do it here tonight. And Dax with the chair.
Fucking murder him!
Excuse me?
What?
I'm not repeating that. Fans, if you didn't hear that, I'm not saying it again.
Just when you think it's over, not only is more happening, but they go to deeper depths, lower lows.
They're about to hit the bottom of the ocean if there's any more chairs, if there's any more tables, if there's any more chains. God, Jay Briscoe being perched high up on that top rope. Those open hands. Again, also hitting that chain.
Every time he chops, some blood flies into the audience.
Trying to get the adrenaline going for his partner, Dax. Getting the crowd going, the crowd pumping.
Is he gonna pile drive him from the top rope onto the chairs?
Gonna kill him.
He got a chain.
Oh! What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Shot there. Two-wheeler. Harwood now on the outside. Jay Briscoe looking for something dangerous.
Well, he dug his own ditch, if you ask me. Whatever happens, he set it up. But both guys will get impact off this. Wow!
Driven into a sea of chairs.
Harwood definitely took the blunt of that, but nobody won that exchange, Rick O'Brien.
And on the outside, Wheeler desperately trying to get in the ring, but it's Mark Briscoe who is holding him steady.
He's trying to go inside to capitalize, but Mark not letting him.
And Wheeler fighting for his life. Mark Briscoe here. Briscoe with that chain. A smart move, too. And in the ring, just a 2 count off that superplex onto the chair.
Now, how much love do you have for your tag team partner that he's literally risking his life to try to get to him?
And look at this around the teeth, into the mouth.
Oh, my goodness.
The agony, the pain. Wheeler trying to desperately save Dax.
Mark knows that Harwood is in a lot of trouble. He's gonna tap. He's gotta tap.
Wheeler trying to push through. He's trying to get it.
He's out. He's out.
To the sky, boy. The winners of this match and the 13th time Ring of Honor World